coming inside? The problem is you want to sit on my lap all the time. Why do you want to sit on my lap, baby? Go sit over there somewhere. You're such a baby. Do you know how to climb up here by yourself? Yes, because going round is going to change the situation. When I go to pick her up, she like gives me her bum. But why does she do that for? Today's video is called Men versus Women One Night Stands. Ooh. I want us to get this straight. Let's get this subject straight. Let's figure out what's going on here. Let's figure out our places in life. Let's talk about this, please. Let's figure this out. Because are we all a little bit delusional? And also, are people a little bit not transparent? So then, like, some things are going on that, like, are a little bit heartbreaking. Wow. Right, so I was watching an episode of Madame Joyce because she had the two British guys on there. His name is Fuhad, and it just seems like it's a name that you're not supposed to have. Like, it's like, what else comes with it? That just can't be your name. Like, what? So it's Fuhad and then James, and she had them on there. So then I was like listening to it, even though I was a bit uncomfortable watching the episode. But James started to talk about, actually, they all started to talk about the one night stands that they've had. And how they can't cuddle with the person that they're like, because it's a stranger, and it's like, I can put my penis in you, but I can't cuddle you because that is just gross. Sparkle? And then Joyce was talking about how she can never like have sex with somebody because she's not a slut, and then they started like laughing. Sparkle! Oops. Sorry, my dog interrupted me there. So anyways, yeah, and I was like, do you know what? Let me talk about this because this is just a bit ridiculous. So let's talk about it. So let's just start with the obvious here. Men are more advanced in the orgasm industry. What? I think that is just the black and white of it, right? Men orgasm, women don't. That's just the black and white of it. So basically, you know, like how us women, we go into the shower and then like we use the shower head to please ourselves, right? And then we make ourselves orgasm in the clitoris, right? You know how like the shower is like our little tool, or we've got a little vibrator that we go to and then we put it on our clitoris and then we make ourselves orgasm on our clitoris, right? Do you know how like women do that? Like basically, women are a vibrator / shower head for a man. Okay, I can't say all men like, but this is what is going on here in this world. The men have learned how to orgasm, and then they've got the tool to do it. Just like the shower head helps me to orgasm, just like my vibrator helps me to orgasm, that is what a woman's vagina is to a lot of men, a tool to come. So because women haven't been able to utilize the man's penis in the same way, therefore she doesn't look at him in the same way, because she would look at his fingers in the same way, but his fingers comes with all this other stuff, right? And sometimes she doesn't even orgasm with his fingers either, but she has learned to orgasm by herself. So the relationship that we have with a man is different because we have not utilized his penis and his body in the same way that a man has utilized a woman's body in the orgasm way. Okay, I know that I just like waffle there, right? But I hope that you caught everything that I just said, because basically a lot of men use the woman as a tool and a toy to please themselves because they've learned to orgasm. And guess what? The women who get around and get called a whore and go cheating on men, and then men like hate them and call them a whore, and they sleep with like 10 different men in 1 month and they're called a whore. Guess what those women have done? Utilized their orgasm using a man's body. So then she's doing what the man's doing, using the tools to make herself come. So if you ever hear a woman talking about she has to wait 3 months before she has sex with a guy, and like this, like, and she makes the whole sex thing like really a big deal, you can guarantee that that woman doesn't know how to orgasm. Guarantee it. Because let's talk about this then. Let's talk about, like, do you find it wrong that men have learned how to orgasm and they're using a woman's body to do so? Do you find that wrong? Or is that a part of nature? Is that natural? Is that what it's supposed to be for? Am I supposed to be utilizing your penis? But, and then also, because James was saying how, like, he only ever gets heartbroken over a woman that he can't have, because if he's had the woman and their boyfriend and girlfriend and then she breaks up with him, he doesn't get heartbroken about it. I can't help but feel like it's because we are settling for things that we're not really excited about. because we're using them as a tool, like the shower. I'm not really excited about the shower. I don't fancy the shower very much, but I get excited to please myself with the shower, but not anything else, not anything to do with my heart area. So then are we not putting together the heart feelings and the vagina penis feelings together? We're not merging them as one, we're keeping them separate. Well, the woman is not even utilizing the vagina one with the man anyway. She's only utilizing her heart, and she's allowing her vagina to be used along with her heart. It's all just a mess, because then we're not in the same pocket, we're not doing the same things, as men and women are not doing the same things. God, I feel like I'm just waffling here. Let me get my thoughts straight. We are looking at each other in weird ways. The woman has not utilized the vagina to its best potential. She is not looking at a man as something to utilize her pleasures. She's looking at a man to make herself feel certain things in her chest, certain things in her brain, and then things in her life. That's how she's utilizing the man. Oh no. The man, because he has been able to utilize his orgasm so easily and the woman hasn't, that's his first priority, is self-pleasure. And then it's, oh wait, I need a housekeeper. So can I get them both in one? Utilize the vagina and the housekeeper. Again, he's not utilizing his feelings the way that woman is. He's utilizing his penis and with the vagina. And can I get a maid to look after me and hopefully my children if I have them? Why are we doing this? Why are we a mess? So the man is missing his emotions in the mix, and the woman's missing her vagina in the mix. Why did we do that? I know that there's loads of conspiracy theories about this, yeah, how like at one point in time the woman had utilized her vagina and she was on top of the world, because then she didn't prioritize feeling first, she prioritized vagina first. Then herself, and then maybe feeling was last, and maybe, I don't know. And then there's a conspiracy theory that men got really jealous and then they started making pleasure wrong, and then because the woman is so what do you call that word? People call me that word all the time. When you easily believe things, I can't remember what the word is. So when you easily believe things, like women have that in them. So then did they then suddenly believe that pleasure was wrong? Like, I just don't even know how that works, because like, how can you be clever and then not clever anymore? Because I can't see that happening to me. Like, if I'm clever, then I'm clever, and if you try to fool me, I'm not going to believe it. So I don't see how that conspiracy theory can be true, because how can you go backwards in your cleverness? You know, you can't fool me. Once I know you can't fool me. So I don't understand how that can be true. But whatever, we went through a stage where we said that pleasure was bad, and then women believed it, yet men carried on utilizing their pleasure, and women did not learn how to utilize their pleasure. Yeah, let's pretend that that's what happened. Like, we just never got taught in the first place. We weren't allowed in the first place to utilize the pleasure. And maybe it was because of jealousy. Maybe men were so jealous that they thought if women experienced this pleasure, they wouldn't even want to stick around. So therefore, let me lie to her. I don't know what happened, but women have not utilized the pleasure. And then the women who have, they're called whores. Hey! But again, is it because we're not being open and honest about this? Because we need the education, because no, we don't want to just utilize the pleasure and ignore emotion, because especially women, we have mastered emotion in a sense. And to be honest, yeah, I'm starting to feel like most women, I'm so sorry if I offend half of the human race here by saying this, right? But we need to be transparent. We need to talk about these things. But I feel like most women are what people call narcissists. Because I'm telling you, it's just weird. Like, I'm just noticing so many things of this woman. She was talking and she was doing a tarot reading, and then she started to disclose things about her personal experiences, and I could just see and she doesn't know it. We don't know that we're being narcissists. We don't know that we're doing these bad things where it's like, it's about me and it's all about my feelings, and if you break my feelings, you are a bad person, but I want to love you and I want the best for you, but you hurt my feelings, and how dare you? Meanwhile, the other human who's hurting your feelings has his own existence that has nothing to do with you, but yet the woman expects his mind to be all about her and her feelings, when really it's not. It's about his existence and not your existence. And so it's a little bit narcissistic that we expect people to live for our feelings, like to not break my heart, and because I'm a kind person, you broke my heart, but his existence has nothing to do with your heart. It has to do with his brain and his ticking brain. So we're kind of a little bit narcissistic in expecting men to completely fulfill all of our emotional needs when really they are their own bodies over there, experiencing life over there. I don't know if I'm getting it right, what I'm trying to say here, and how like we expect people to not break our hearts, right? Because we don't want it broken and because we wouldn't break their heart. But you are missing the fact that they have a whole existence over there that is not you. It's not your brain. So their calculations are not yours. And so then they might not agree with you, but you expect them to. And then when they don't and they break your expectations, they become the bad person because they did not follow your expectations, but they were your expectations, not theirs. Even though they agreed to it, and now they're bad because they lied. And it's like, oh my God, like this is all, I don't think that they're that clever to like lie to you on purpose. I think that they meant it, or they were scared to not mean it because they were scared to like break your heart. And I feel like men are very scared of women and breaking their hearts. So then they kind of go along with everything. Like the maid thing where you just need to be looked after. So they go along with things and then to turn around later on and kind of go, actually, wait, I think I have my own ideas here. And then the woman's like, no, you don't. My ideas are the ones that we agree to. And then it becomes this whole thing of how bad the man is for not continuing with your ideas. What a mess. Meanwhile, you're not utilizing your pleasures in your body, no, because I'm telling you, if you did, it'd probably be a little bit different. You're only utilizing your feelings and your ideas and you're lost inside of them. And then the man is not learning how to even understand feelings because he's been told that feelings are for women and feelings means you're weak, and like it's just a mess. And then nobody's teaching about this because once they do, they get, I don't know what they get, I don't know. Okay, we need to start talking about this relationship that we first, the three things in ourselves, right? How do we survive and take care of ourselves? How do we pleasure ourselves? And then how do we have emotions? We have to figure out for the woman and the man, and then how do these come together to form a relationship? What does that look like? Because it's so funny, yeah, that how I'm reading these books and now I'm on a different series, but it's the same world. And it's so funny that the fairies, they have this like law. They don't have any laws about who you can have sex with because that's just frivolous. Like you can have sex with whoever you want, but you're not allowed to give your heart to nobody. You're only allowed to give your heart to one person, but you can have sex with whoever you want, but not your heart. That was funny. That's quite interesting that they expect you to be loyal with the heart but not the body, because the body then you get punished for it. The heart you get punished for, but not the body. You can have sex with however many people you want. Wow. And why is it? Because I know how it feels like. I've had it many times before where like you can't have something, you're not allowed to have it, and this yearning for it becomes so strong. Like, what is that? And is it stupidity? Is it annoying? Why is it that I'm desiring something that I'm not allowed to have, and then it feels like so like you had it, how naughty, yet everything in my body's activated because of it. And it actually, in the book right now, they're not allowed to, they're parabatized, so they're not allowed to have romantic love for each other. They're only allowed to have agape, I think it's called, love for each other, which is just family love or friendship love, but not the romantic love. And they are developing romantic love for each other, and it's completely illegal and it's not allowed, yet my whole body is activated like they're doing it and they're not allowed to do it. Why? And I was speaking to somebody and they said that this is the highest activation in a body when they're not allowed to have something, and then they have it and it's just like so euphoric. Like, why do we have that? Anyways, what we do need to do is that we do need to open up everything so we can experience all of it. So yes, okay, if you are going to have 5 women while we're in this relationship, I am going to go and have 5 men. And the only reason why women don't do this, right, is because they feel like they're not good enough. When the man rejects you, you become obsessed with him, and you don't want nobody else when you become obsessed with somebody. And maybe that's when you're supposed to be monogamous, is when you both equally at the same time become obsessed with each other. That's when you don't want nobody else. But if you're in a relationship and you're not obsessed with each other, then you should be able to go and experience whatever you want. And so then what's the point in being in a partnership if that's what you want to do? So you might as well just like be single. And are we just all seeking to like actually be loved in that obsessive way, like where somebody just wants us and nobody else. I just know that it happens like not at the same time, and I think that that's the problem, because like you might be obsessed with me and I'll be not obsessed back with you, so then my eye goes wander, and then I'll be obsessed with you while you're not obsessed with me, and then your eye goes and wanders. And so then when it's not at the same time, then that's the problem. Do you know what? It's just because we're not being honest about the whole process, because I know for a fact that when I fall in love with somebody, I only want them, I don't want nobody else, because they're not good enough. Because I'm obsessed with this one, and you're not good enough because you're not him, and I want him. And I'm obsessed with him. And the moment that I'm not obsessed with him anymore, that's when I start opening up to other people. So I think that that's what love is supposed to be like, when you're completely obsessed with them. And I think that we are not paying attention to that, and we're accepting less than that. So you know that he's not obsessed with you, but you might as well. And then you go and marry the person. So what else do you expect? And he's like utilizing his body pleasures, but you're not. There's so much that we need to talk about, but there is hope here, guys, with the people who want true love and they want this highest form of like love. There is hope there, and it's the fact that two people at the same time need to be obsessed with each other, and then when they are, they do not care for anybody outside, because all they want is that person. And I think that that's what monogamy looks like. Or what true love would look like. And I know everybody will have like different ideas about what true love looks like, but where's the conversations? Let's talk about this. Let me question you. Don't get offended when I question you. Question me. Don't get offended when people ask you questions. Like, so you're married, but you want to have an open relationship. So why are you married? Because, and if we get to the bottom of it, and if I ask you 100 questions as to why you stayed in that relationship, is it going to come out that the reason why is because you want to be guaranteed this and that, and it's all fear-based? And really, we shouldn't be fear-based in this world. Actually, there's a lot of things that shouldn't be happening in this world. And is that why you are in long-term open relationships? Because of fear-based reasons? Yes. Just like a lot of other things. I married you because you have money. I married you because I know you're going to like cook for me every night for the next 20 years because I know you. And then if you change, I'm going to condemn you for it because I needed that. I want to be guaranteed that. So everything is happening wrong. So what's the right way? Let's conclude this video. Because I was totally supposed to talk about one night stands, and I just went on about the relationship between a man and a woman. What did I just do there? I did not even talk about one night stands. I might as well just rename this video. Oh my god. Okay, let me conclude about the one night stands, because I'm not changing the name of this video. Actually, let me just say what I was gonna say and then go back to the one night stand thing. So, you know what we're missing in life? A bunch of experimentation and a bunch of people talking about it. That's what we're missing. We need more experiments. We need more people to talk with experience of what it feels like to do everything, what is fun, what is not fun, because we influence each other. If I tell you I like this skirt is beautiful, which actually my mum made this skirt. If I tell you, 50% of people who are listening to me, they're going to get influenced by my taste. They're going to be like, because we influence each other. So if I say to you that I'm going to go and become a one night stander and I'm excited about it, I'm going to end up influencing something in you to want to go and do the same thing. And so then we haven't had enough of that, of all these experimentations of all different possibilities of relationships. We've not done that, and we've accepted it in men, and then we've accepted that we're going to be heartbroken because that's what men are like. But okay, what about women? What do we want? And then we get put in a corner like, no, you guys are monogamous creatures by nature. Like, yeah, right. Yeah, right. No, we're not. And I think a lot of men know that too. And it's just a bunch of crap that's what we teach. So let's talk about this. Let's experiment. Let's go and do the one night stands. Let's go and do the relationships. Let's get out. But instead, we've got borders everywhere in all countries and £1,000 for a flight to go to Brazil. Like, what? And so then we're not allowed to move around. We're not allowed to experiment. We don't even have money to go out and play. We only got money to pay for the electric bill and the gas bill, and it's just stupid. Like, this existence is actually dumb. And so then we have to change the whole world. Every time it gets back to this, I know it. So I think that's in terms of relationship between a man and a woman. There's so much we need to experiment with before we can even conclude what the heck is going on here. But there is hope that both the frivolous playing around with whoever you want and it meaning nothing, but we need education about that. We need the mind to be set right. You know, like when you, what do you call that thing? Oh, my words are just leaving me. When you put all of the buttons in the right places and you prepare yourself for the ride, like we need this and we don't have this. So that's one thing. And then the other thing is that, yes, there is this thing where you could become obsessed with each other and nobody else is good enough. Therefore, you become monogamous with one person because you're obsessed with them. So then two of them can exist and you can have both of them in one lifetime if you want to, whatever you want to. But where's the education? Where's the calibration? That was the word that I was looking for. The calibration of the mind for either path. Like, because you have to calibrate your mind. You have to put it into place to prepare yourself to have the correct journey. So then you don't suffer and you are aware and you are knowledged up and you understand what's happening to you. And we're transparent here. You both understand what's happening here in this exchange. But men who go and have one night stands, and usually one night stands happens in the culture of going out to clubs, because that's when you're like loose, you let loose, and men are looking for the toy to, you know, ejaculate. And women, what are they looking for? They're hoping to find the one. They're looking in the wrong place for sure, because these men, they're looking for toys to ejaculate. So you're not going to find a boyfriend with a one night stand. You're not. Because you are a showerhead to him. When he goes out to look for sex, you're a showerhead. Yeah? So don't go try to find your love. Actually, don't go try to find your love. Let it happen naturally. And if it doesn't happen, then we need the education of how to calibrate your brain, so then you're making the men your showerhead the way he's doing with you. Or we have a whole new education about self-pleasure using another human. Like, we have to just all agree and see what's correct and natural, and how we should both be utilizing both of ourselves to be a showerhead, so then nobody is confused or coming in with two different ideas into the showerhead situation. Because the woman is guaranteed to be looking for the one and the man is guaranteed to be looking for a showerhead. And your mummy hasn't taught you that. She has not taught you about pleasure and how pleasure is a little bit selfish if you're not taught about emotion and you're not taught about respect, which we don't talk about that. We teach maths and English and science. We don't talk about respecting feelings or respecting humans or respecting animals. No, we don't do that, do we? And the only place we do that is in the church, when we tell you that if you don't do it, you will be punished. So then therefore, then you're scared into doing it. And it's not just this like free giving, loving exchange between things. It's a fearful based world and it's just crap. Okay, I think I have waffled on enough. Let's move on to the quote of the week. A one night stand is like a vacation. You don't have to worry about anything except having a good time. Except for having a good time. Worry. So we need to talk about what we are expecting a good time to be, because the woman is wanting a good time because she wants her heart activated at the end of it. She wants long-term activation in her heart, and that's what she's looking for in a good time. A man is looking for in a good time to ejaculate. So it comes back to the not calibrating your brain properly, not being transparent about what it is that we're looking for, and the woman not being able to utilize other parts of her experience. And so then she's only looking for this activation here and nothing else. And is there more to life than just emotional activation? And is there more to life for the man than just ejaculation? Yes and yes. And let's talk about that. Let's agree on common grounds. Let's calibrate our brains for the experiences, and let's be transparent about what we're doing here. And yes, I know, and I don't know why these women exist, but they do. Oh, I shouldn't say that, that's bad. But I know that there's like men who are like, yeah, I told her I was just looking for a good time. But yet she's still looking for a good time here in her heart. Because why? Because she's delusional. Because we're not talking about this enough. She's not calibrated her brain. She's not listening to your words. She thinks that she's going to convince you, because women are creators. We create. So we think that we can change you. But the woman, the narcissist creator, sorry, because it's kind of cute. I think we need to control it a little bit better. But the narcissistic creator is not accepting that the man also has the same right to be a narcissistic creator. And this is probably where we need to talk about it openly. No. Oops. I think my dog would be a murderer if I let her. So we just need to be open, and we need education, and we need acceptance. The women are not the only creators in this world, and we don't get to tell people what to do all the time. It has to be 50-50. Okay, I think I've said it enough. Like, we need to have templates in life. What does a one-night stand look like? How do you calibrate your brain for that? What does obsessive romantic love, monogamous love look like, and how do you calibrate your brain for that? How do you notice these desires in other people? Can you notice that this man is desiring a one-night stand, or can you notice that this man is desiring a forever love? And how do we not be delusional when we face these realities? Because I think that a lot of us, we do notice that the man wants a one-night stand and not forever, and then we're there trying to paint something over him. No, you don't want that, you want this, which is what I want. Which is the narcissistic behavior that I'm talking to you about. I don't like the word narcissist. That's why I don't mind using it, because I don't think it's right that we go calling people narcissists, because basically every human is a narcissist. We think of ourselves first, and if you don't, then good on you. Anyways, okay, I hope I've helped, and I think I'm concluding that we just need to talk. We actually do need to talk. As 8 billion people, we need to come together some way, how, and talk about all of this, create some templates so we're all clear about what we want and what we're going to do when we get there. Okay, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.